I want to earn more money. I feel like I should. But every time I think about starting something on the side, my brain just freezes. I see people online launching these amazing little businesses. They have a cool name, a nice website. It all looks so professional. I try to think of an idea for myself, a big idea, and I just get stuck. Where do you even begin?
You're asking the wrong question.
What do you mean? Where do I begin seems like the most logical question.
The question you're really asking is, how do I build a business? And that question is heavy. It's paralyzing.
Okay, so what's the right question?
How do I earn my first $100?
Just 100? That feels small, almost not worth the effort.
That feeling is the entire problem. Most people think the goal is to launch a company. They dream about the logo, the website, the thousands of customers.
Right. That's the exciting part.
But that's like trying to imagine your wedding on a first date. It's too much pressure. The real goal, the only goal at the start, is one transaction. One person, one problem, one payment. The first $100 isn't about the money. It's a signal.
A signal of what?
That you created value for another human being. Nothing else matters until you've done that.
So I should forget about the big idea?
For now, yes. The search for a big idea is a trap. It makes us feel like we need to invent something new, something revolutionary.
Because that's what gets rewarded, right? The unique, clever ideas.
It's what we see in the media, but it's not how most value is created. People don't spend most of their money on revolutionary products. They spend it on getting rid of small problems, small annoyances.
Like what?
Think about people who have more money than time. A busy manager at your company, a couple with a new baby. What are their daily frustrations? They don't need a new social media app. They need their photos organized. They need their new furniture assembled. They need someone to research the best flights for their family vacation.
So find a problem first, not an idea.
Exactly. But not just any problem. Look for tasks that successful people are happy to delegate. A task they see as low value for their time, but high value for their peace of mind. They would rather pay someone $100 to solve it than spend 3 hours doing it themselves.
Okay, that makes sense. Don't invent a problem, find an existing one. But that leads to the next wall I always hit. I don't think I have any special skills.
This is the second trap. The belief that a skill must be technical or certified or something you studied for years.
I can't code. I'm not a graphic designer. I don't have a professional certificate in anything other than my main job. What skill could I possibly sell?
We systematically undervalue the skills that come naturally to us. If something is easy for you, you assume it's easy for everyone. It's not.
I'm not so sure. What kind of skill are you talking about?
Are you the person your friends ask to review their emails for tone? Are you the one who always finds the best deals on electronics? Can you organize a messy closet and make it look amazing? These are not hobbies. These are skills. You just need to be proficient. You don't need to be the best in the world. You just need to be better and faster at it than the person who is willing to pay you.
I am pretty good at creating presentations. My boss always says my slides are clean and clear. But who would pay for that?
Who gives presentations but hates making the slides?
Almost everyone I know. Salespeople, academics, small business owners.
A salesperson could spend 4 hours making their slides look average, or they could spend that time calling potential clients, an activity that actually makes them money. For them, paying you $100 to make their presentation look professional is a fantastic investment.
I've just never thought of it as a service. It's just something I do.
That is the definition of a marketable skill, something you do that others don't want to do.
Okay, let's imagine I accept this. I find a problem, I identify a skill I'm proficient in, I still have to sell it. And that's the part that feels terrible. I don't have a website, no business cards, no company name. I would feel like a complete amateur approaching someone.
Good. You are an amateur. Embrace it. All of those things, the website, the cards, the name, are forms of hiding. They make you feel professional while you delay the one thing that matters, asking someone for money in exchange for value.
So what do I do instead? Just walk up to someone and say, hey, want to buy my PowerPoint skills?
It's simpler than that. You don't need a sales pitch. You just need to make a proposal. It's a simple, direct conversation. It's not about you or your new business. It's about their problem.
Can you give me an example? What would I actually say?
You could message a friend who runs a small business. You could say, "Hi, Sam. I was thinking about your upcoming client presentation. I know you're great on the content, but making slides can be slow. I'm really good at creating clean professional presentations. For $100, I could take your notes and turn them into a great-looking deck for you by Friday. Would that be helpful?
That is incredibly simple. There's no pressure, it's just a question.
Exactly. The offer is specific, the price is clear, the value is obvious, and the question, would that be helpful, is key. It turns it from a demand into a collaborative offer.
This all sounds logical. It sounds simple. But if this is true, why do so many smart people I know still fail or never even start? It feels like there's a piece missing. It can't just be about finding a small problem and asking a simple question. The fear is real.
The fear is very real, but it's not a fear of the business failing. It's a fear of social rejection. What if they say no? What if they think my price is too high? What if they think it's a silly idea?
Yes, that's it. It's personal.
This is why the first $100 is so critical. We are trying to achieve one thing and one thing only. We need to validate the exchange of value. We are testing a hypothesis. The hypothesis is, I believe my skill at making presentations is worth $100 to a person who dislikes making them. That's it. If they say yes and pay you, your hypothesis is validated. If they say no, the hypothesis is not yet proven. It's data. It's not a personal failure.
Thinking of it as an experiment makes it feel less emotional.
It has to be. The entire system is about removing the emotion and the ego. Let's connect the ideas. It's a simple sequence.
Okay.
First, you're not looking for a business idea. You are looking for an inconvenient problem. Something that is annoying, time-consuming, or confusing for people who have more money than time.
So, assembling furniture, organizing digital files, creating presentations, things that are a hassle.
Exactly. Second, you are not looking for a world-class talent within yourself. You are looking for a skill where you are proficient, something you do well and maybe even enjoy that directly solves that inconvenient problem.
My presentation skills for their messy presentation problem.
Perfect. And third, you do not build a website or print business cards. You find one person and make one simple proposal, a direct offer to solve their specific inconvenient problem using your proficient skill for a set price.
And the whole point of that first transaction is just to validate the idea, to prove that someone will pay for this.
That is the entire game. Once you have been paid $100, everything changes. The fear shrinks. You are no longer a person with an idea. You are a person who has a skill that someone has paid for. It's a fundamental shift in your identity. So it's not about being an entrepreneur. It's about being useful. And the first $100 is just proof. Proof that I can be useful to someone other than my boss. When you focus on being useful, the money becomes a natural result. The goal isn't to start a side hustle. The goal is to solve a problem. People will happily pay you to delegate tasks they find inconvenient. So I find a task they want to delegate, I use a skill I'm proficient at to do it, and I start with a simple proposal to one person. And that first payment will validate the entire concept. It makes it real. I've been thinking about this all wrong. I was trying to build a bridge, a big, complex structure to carry lots of traffic. But all I really needed to do was help one person cross a small stream. And you'll find there are many people and many streams.